All right, Chastity, thanks a lot. So we're going to talk about if you're planning a holiday dinner or a family gathering, we have just the thing to help you out. Author Byrn is out with a new cookbook called Byrn Saves the Day. It's full of crowd-pleasing recipes for all kinds of dishes and desserts. And Ann is actually going to be signing copies of the book today in Fairhope. But first, she's here to tell us about some of the recipes in that book. And we've been kind of flipping through the book and found some really delicious-looking recipes. But first of all, Ann, tell us about this book. This is different than the other ones you've done.
Right. Most people know me as the cake mix doctor. I wrote that book about, about 14 years ago. I'm from Nashville, and I've traveled around the country. And on my travels, I always ask people I spend time with, what's your best recipe? What recipe saves your day? And so I would write these little stories down and keep these recipes. And for years, and I kind of accumulated all these little books in my purse. And I realized, I had a book. And I think it's really important these days with so many recipes online everywhere. How do you know what are the best recipes?
Absolutely.
And that's what this book is about. It's 125 go-to recipes that are going to taste great, they're going to look great, and they're going to work.
And I want to show y'all this because I think it's important too for those of us who like to try new things, but we need to know what it's supposed to look like, right? I mean, you put pictures in here, which also helps. I know if I look at these, are my kids going to like this or not? You can tell by looking at this sometimes, and it makes a difference to have a picture and see what's in here.
And that's a great recipe you just turned to.
Did I turn to a good one?
That's Mary Ann's fish and potato pie, and that would be so good with your flounder down here. Let me just tell you.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's great. It's a real good comfort food. It's very fresh, and kids love that recipe.
One of the other things I noticed when we were flipping through is you have some things in here, some little helpful things like do ahead. Anything that, as a mom, anything that I can do ahead when I'm making dinner is very helpful. How did you come up with all of these?
It's just the way my brain works, really. I think I look at a recipe and I say, okay, can I make that partially today and the rest tomorrow? How can I do it again and tweak it and make it fancier? So we've added that razzle-dazzle tip at the end of the recipes, like if you want to make it for company, how to make it a little splashier. So.
Yeah.
And this is Marianne's pumpkin bread with chocolate chips. I got this recipe because I went to a clothing show at my friend Judy's house, and Marianne is her cousin, and she's from Massachusetts, and she travels the country, and this is the one recipe she brings with her when she travels on these trunk shows. And it's a great pumpkin bread recipe because it has has some unsweet applesauce in it for some of the oil.
So it's healthier.
So it's healthier, and it's also got 4 spices: cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and ginger, and then it has chocolate chips.
And it has chocolate chips. Yeah. Absolutely delicious. Okay, so if anybody wants to come see you today, get your book, how do they find you?
They go to Page and Palette. 2:30 to 4:30. I'll be there. I'd love to meet everybody from this area. Be great.
Absolutely. So go on down to the book signing today. Get your hands on a copy of this book because it's full of pictures and super fun recipes. So definitely things that we can all use.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Great to be here.
Yeah, we'll be right back here on Studio 10. I saw another one in here that I thought looked really yummy. Where did it go?